Hey everybody, Steven here. So this is going to be part 2 of our modeling session of the Villa d'Alva by Remco House. And this session is going to run for about like an hour and we see how far we can go. So in the previous video, we done all the massing, like we imported all the floor plans, elevations, we set the levels, and we started to build a different floor. So here what I did is to press Ctrl Alt A, which is the shortcut to bring that windows, and this allows you to kind of crop the model to the different levels. It's just a bit easier to kind of see stuff in 3D. So that was the street level. So I think what we need here is to add the ramp that's going all the way up. So if you go here and change to gallon level, here we would need to cut a hole to allow for the ramp. And I think from the photo that I've seen, those columns are actually hidden within like some panels. We can add that as well. And let's go to the first floor. That here. I'm not too sure what's happening here. That there must be some kind of steps, but I know from the elevation that this volume here was a bit lower. So we'll have to maybe look at some videos or some photos to see what happened there. And here it's actually where the pool is, like the water. And then we go on the roof. So here we'll have to, like the path, the pool, and the roof are the two volumes. And here, of course, you would have the different posts. So yeah, so we have to do that. And we can add the cladding, you can see the balustrades. And do the path as well. Okay, let's go back to ARCHICAD and press F2 to get back into the 2D plan view, and press the Control arrow key down to kind of go down each level. So what I'm gonna do now is just maybe quickly put the post. So I'm just gonna take the the column tool, and I think I'm just gonna change it to like a heel 100. And because they are linked, it will also change the width. And I'm just gonna place one about the right size. Now I'm gonna select it, press Ctrl D to activate the drag, and then press Ctrl and Alt to get the 2++, which will allows me to place multiple copies. Now, if I press Shift, it will stick to that line. I can easily create copies. And voila. Okay, now what we're gonna do is go into the 3D view, see what it looks like. And you can see it's not going all the way to the top. So now what I'll do is go back here, and if let's say you want to select the columns, you can click the column tool, press Ctrl A. So it select all the columns here, but it also selected the column that's over here. So to make sure that you only select those ones located in this area, what you could do is to change the marquee tool to get this one here. I click on that, and oops. Oh, so actually it's already set up. So instead of going this So it's working already. For some reason, it doesn't update here. Let's try this. Okay, so it does change here. So you just have to click it here, and now you can just drag a rectangle over the area where your columns are located. Now, if you press Control A, oops, with the column tool selected, it will only select those columns there. So now what we want to do is to maybe group them, and I'm going to press Control T, and I want them to go all the way to the first floor. Press OK. So now I'm going to click the selection tool, click outside so it deselected, press S5, and you can see they're here. Okay, one problem here is that it's going over, so maybe those ones you can just push it back in. And that's only because the floor plans might not have the same exact scale. So that's why this a bit off. But doesn't matter, we can just move it a little bit. I'm just gonna move them 300. So they're inside. And they're going a bit over. So it's because it needs to be set down like 1.5. So from the first floor, we want them to move down 1.5. So we're just going to do that here. So you can see now they're just below the slab. Now we get that. So I don't think there's any plan that actually show you exactly where they hit at the top. So you just have to eyeball it. So what we're going to do, I'm going to take a photo of this. And I'm going to save it. Here. And post layout. And now I'm going to go back to here. And well, I can't really, because I want to do that in 3D view. How will I do that? Oh, I know. Okay, I just thought about a little trick. Let's see if that works. So first I'm gonna go back to the image that I have. I'm just gonna bring it in. Let me see. So that's the image that we want to use. And what I'm gonna try, because I wanted to see it in the 3D view, because that's why I'm gonna kind of shift the stuff. So I'm gonna create a surface, and I'm gonna apply it to a wall. So that wall, I'm gonna create a wall here. So that's the idea. I'm gonna create that wall about the same size as the photos, and then so I could see it side by side, and then I could just move stuff around. So let's do that. And document element surface, make it new and say post photo ref. I'm going to duplicate it, and I'm going to search for a texture file, this one, press OK. And so you have to make sure you have the same sizes here, otherwise you're going to be stretched out. Press OK. So now you get a texture, and now I'm just going to try to apply it to this. So it's photo ref. Let's see what it looks like. Okay, so it's a bit small, and it's to be lightened up. So now what we can do is to stretch that. Go back to building material, and because now it's keep proportion, I'm just gonna, what's the width of this? 6. So I'm just gonna make 6,000. And 6,000. So this is gonna stretch. So now we can make our wall that height. And okay, so now we need to reposition this. So I think, what is that thing again? Just bear with me. I actually never done that before. It's on the fly, but remember where, because I know I did that for like a mesh, but I don't know how it works with this one. Okay, I think should be around here. That there should be set roll angle. That's not reference line. Let's go into 3D view, in the 2D view. Maybe it doesn't appear when you do it. In plane. Of course, never works on the first go. But we'll find it because I know I've done that before. Shape. Mm, that's not this one. uh, okay, this might take a while to figure this out. Uh, but oh, I'll do it. Wait. Maybe I'll try because I know I did it with a mesh before. So let's just create a mesh. And for that, we're gonna apply that photo thing. See what it looks like. And now, do you have any option? Set the I don't remember where. Oh, line 3D texture. I think that was this thing. Sets origin. Okay, so we went to here. Align 3D texture set origin. Yes, okay, so that was the thing. Let's see if we can work on the to imaging align 3D set origin. Oh yes, it works. Okay, and so now that works. We got our photo there. And let's turn off the sun thing because I don't really see the image properly. So I'm just gonna turn off that. It's still quite dark, yeah? So maybe we just go back to the surface, get this one, and which one didn't? Just trying to make it lighter, or maybe I should have done it way at the beginning. Oops. Meetings. Okay. Anyway, so now I get this here. I can roughly now move stuff into place. So the one at the front is going back. So this one here, and this one here is going forward. So I'm gonna take this one, and now we can just slant it. Let's say we're gonna put 10 degrees, and you can see it went the other way. 80. So we're gonna go here. This one should be turning this way, and this one should be turning the other way. Come on, let's do 85 and turn it that way. And from the photo, this should be going a bit further. So we're gonna decrease the angle. So 75. And now this one here looks slanting the other way. So it's this one, and Control T to go into here, 85. I think the angle right now maybe not that important. It's just like the directions where they are slanting. And the one way at the back, it's turning in. So I think it's this one there. And should be line up with those. And this one here, and take that, put it here. I'm gonna mirror it so it's the other way. And this one at the back. I think now I just have to take some other photos. Let's see. This one is slanting a little bit. Well, they're all kind of slanting, but those two are connecting to here. Those three. So I'm gonna go back here, and so those three, just gonna give them an angle, and I'm gonna turn them kind of here. Yep. They look a bit thinner when you look at when you compare with the photos, and that looks a bit higher because the ground's going. I mean, they look a bit smaller because the ground here is going up. So those two are kind of facing the left side. Those two here. Well, this one's already doing it, so I'm just gonna copy that, and I'm gonna just turn it around. And now those ones. Let's see. One is going right, left, right, left, right. This one, right, left, right, left. That's all right. This one we're gonna, those two we're gonna mirror. Oops. Because they're not locating the same thing, so would not have worked. And I think I'm just gonna change the angle so they're not all the same. 92, and this one 87. 84. Oh man, that's too much. 98. Okay. I know what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna make them a bit bigger. Let's see. This one doesn't look like it should have. Maybe I'm just gonna make it a bit straighter. 88. And I think this one needs to be on an angle. And turn it the other way. I guess that should be okay for now. So now we get an idea of the columns, and maybe gonna change the color. Well, there's some gray, black, I think mostly white, the one on this side. So I'm just gonna select all first, I'm gonna turn them to white, and then I'm just gonna change the few that are seen. So black, 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 black. So 1, 2, 3. The one in here. So we're gonna change them to this kind of color, and maybe the one here. It's gonna be like the grayish color. Yep. Okay. So now we get our columns. I'm gonna save, and now what I'm gonna do is to maybe add that ramp there. So if we look, or maybe I'll just gonna trace that path here first. So for the path, what I'll do is first create a polyline. Yeah. Normally you could use the arc tool there if you wanted to, but that's not what I like to do. I like to just create the angle, the straight line first, and then I'll just go here and do like a fillet, and let's do 600. Too much. 300. And here I'm just gonna create that arc. Just using this one and trying to. Well, actually, you could just do the same thing. Try to create a fillet, and 100. Not enough. 1200. That's about right, but okay, I think that's a bit better. And maybe we're gonna do the same thing here. So I'm just gonna create a line, just move it, yeah, and they're about the same radius, so 1.5. Okay, good. So now that we have this line, we can make a copy, paste it onto the same line, and then we can just use the offset tool. I think it's this one here. I think it's, yeah, this one, and just move it to, let's say, 1.1. As you can see here, there's a bit of difference. Let's push it maybe one more. 1200. And what we can do here is actually change it to this, and 1200. Okay, should be fine. Much 2000. Okay, so now we got those two lines here. Just gonna bring them aside, and I'm gonna close this to create a closed shape, and then I can use my slab tool, press spacebar to get the magic one activated, press inside, and now you get your slab in. Then you can put it back into place wherever you want. So now if you look back, we would have this. And right now what we can do is to do like a solid operations. So I want to remove the green part, the mesh. So this is going to be the target. Oh, so the mesh is going to be the target. The operator, the one that's going to allow for the subtraction, is going to be the new part that we made. So it's going to be the operator. And what you want to do is subtract with abort extrusion. So now we get a path here. Good. Now I'm just going to add that ramp, and go. Where is the ramp is go all over here. I think that's not supposed to be here. That needs to be here. And the garden level is alright. As the street level, that should be a bit higher. Or maybe not, because I think they have a staircase, so that's what we have to account for. But let's quickly create a ramp. Usually ramp I would create out of roof and make sure like it's a single plane. And I'm gonna be my starting point here. Make sure you go over the guidelines, so that's a 90-degree angles. And oh wait, if we go to our street level, here we'd have already the wall there, so we get that distance. So what I'm going to do is click that, and I'm going to create a guideline by pressing Shift and the tilde. Remember, on the left side of the number 1 on your keyboard, there's this little wave thing. So press Shift and that, so you can activate that tool. And I'm going to trace. Oops. It wasn't straight, so I'm just going to remove that guideline. Make sure you press Shift so it sticks to here. I'm going to go back to my wall tool. Click here. Oh, 1.1. So maybe do that. Press here. And I'm going to press that side because that's the side that will go up. And go over that line. And because I use the rotated rectangular methods, and I think it's go the way around here. Now, if we take that back here, open. That's because the section line is not looking in the right direction. It should be looking from the top to the south. So I'm just gonna mirror that, and now it should be okay. I'm just gonna bring that back right here, and now it makes more sense. You can see there's a street level. Garden level should actually be a bit higher, and so maybe this actually needs to be going down. This main street level should be a bit lower again, but that's the level of the grass. Anyway, we get that. Yeah, so that's about the right position. Just lift it a little bit more so I can see where it starts. And now I just need to get the angle right. So I'm just going to take the tip and change here. And let's try 9. Oops. 9 degrees. And let's assume this is a bit higher. 3 meters. Story settings. We did put it at 3 meter already. Okay, this needs to go down. And I'm just gonna follow that. Maybe this side should be a bit lower. But for now, it's okay. So now I'm just gonna have to maybe push that so it touches this. Connect. This one needs to here. And I'm gonna copy that and take it to the upper level as well, because this and this is gonna stretch all the way here. I'm gonna make a wall there, and I'm gonna arc it. This one and now we get this, but I think from the photo it wasn't going all the way up. I think it was stopping around here, so you could see the actual top. So I'm gonna drop it down so it match this. Down and to its first floor minus 1.5, and voila, we see a little bit of the top, and I think that's the thing that I've seen. And now we're gonna cut the hole there for the ramps, so it needs to be on the garden level, and take that slab, subtract tool, all the way there, and maybe this one. Not too sure if it's where it stops. Now you can see there's a ramp there. Straight level, and this will. What I'm gonna do? Take those two. They're gonna be target. I don't want that part to be above that ramp, so there's gonna be the operator. Now they will cut, and we get our ramp. And those little things need to go inside. So it's a clean wall there. And if we go back up, you can see we got our ramp here. I think here the wall needs to go there. Maybe I'll have to check the SketchUp model. Yeah, so they have it covering here as well. So what I'm gonna do is gonna create another wall here and just take it all the way there. Okay, so now it's covered. Cool. So now we got our ramp. And what else can we add? Maybe let's just quickly do some of the staircase. This one here, there's two staircase. And let's count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. And so I'm just going to use stair tool I'm just going to create a new stair. It's that shape. Press OK. And I know we get 16. And from the look of it, some photos. Something that's that staircase. There are the photos. Let's say it looks something like this. And that's not in concrete, but doesn't really matter. And for now, I'm just going to remove the railing. And I'm going to press OK, save, paste it there. That's about the same width as the ramp, so I should have sized that 1.2. Actually, the stringer is just on one side. I don't know if I can edit that. I don't think it allows me to just have it on one side, so I'm just going to take this one, and the width is going to be 1.1. It's okay. Put it there for now. Check the story level. So I think between the garden floor, it's 4 meters. Take that again, press Ctrl T, edit stairs, change to 4 meters. It will automatically change this. It's a bit small. So now just measure this 4 point, let's say 4.2. And so we're gonna lock that. This is locked. This is to be 4.2. Or maybe this one's 4.2. Oops. Run value 750. Usually when that happens, that's this one that needs to be changed. And okay, no, this one needs to be 4.2. Just to be more. Okay, okay. Okay, it doesn't matter if it's a bit longer. Maybe it does. Just maybe reduce it to 270, 260, 260. It's okay. So now it's about the same height. And what I want to do now is I want it to be okay. Here the problem is that when I were doing staircase like this, you would maybe just rotate it, and so it's about similar than the ramp, or like that. So instead of being angle, and make a copy street level. It's gonna put it there, but this one of course needs to be a bit lower. So I think we did 3 meters. So let's just go back into the setting, and I just want to modify this one, so it's going to be selected. It's going to be stairs number 2. You can rename it whatever you like. What I want to keep is the same height of the steps, but then I want to change that, so it's going to be like 3 meters, and I also want to change the number of steps. Cool, so it's 12. Press OK, OK. And then I need to create the hole for that. So it's going to be at the garden level, and there needs to be a hole there. That I'm going to go into 3D, and I'm going to cut it to the garden level, and now I'm just going to pull it, the slab, to the staircase. And maybe I don't need that top one, so I'm just going to go back here, edit the staircase, and I think it's this one that you need to remove. Okay, and I think we have to push it. I think we said 250, and I guess it'll be the same for this one. Edit stairs, that, press OK, and cool. So we get our staircase. I will need to add a stringer here after. And there's a hole there. Actually, this part is not covered, and I'm missing a column there, or two columns. So maybe just add that quickly. So I'm just gonna take this one, put it there. So what I just did, instead of clicking the column tool here, I just absorb the properties, so we automatically activate that column tool like that, and maybe 250, and maybe I'll try to just center it, the wall 350, so 175 up P. How far did I put off the wall? Oh, I think it's better to just reference the top. I'm just going to hide the image so I can see the reference, and maybe try to 175, 175, and I'm just gonna copy here and mirror it. So now I get my two posts there. And let's see, where are the staircases do we need to do? So there's one here. This one looks a bit steep. It's not even showing on this side. Yeah, so I don't know why there's a staircase there. Okay, it does show there's some type of staircase, but oh, maybe it's a staircase from coming down. Let's look at the plans now. So it does go up. I guess they removed it. Let's try to see some other photos of it. If it's present there. So here you can see there's no staircase. There's show staircase here, but we actually need photos of the real place. So oh, here, there's one here. Oh, but this looked like a render. This one. Yeah, they must have removed it. Oh, here, that photo has it too. but I guess we can just make it. So what we're gonna do is just maybe copy this one and what's the size of this? 150, and just gonna turn it here. Gonna copy because I think it should start from the bottom, and around there, and it's a bit smaller, so we're gonna do 900 and yes, stringers selected, save. It's full. That's gonna be even less because you get the stringers like those ones, and the stringer width is 100. Make them a bit smaller, maybe 50. It's okay, okay. And then maybe remove that and show the first floor. Make sure it lines up with this. And plane 2.1. So as you can see, the staircase needs to be on the ground level. Voila. And I guess like this need to be pushed a bit more, and later on we're gonna work on the mesh just to get that slope. I guess we could do that quickly and just get an idea of the slope. So I'm just gonna add this, and what I'm gonna do is just create some polyline from, let's say, here, and make sure that it connects to the full width of that mesh. And maybe I'm just gonna do it every 3 meters. I'm gonna make a copy, and I'm gonna activate that and go over the ridge. And now pressing spacebar, click on that line so we create points. And now you can go in the 3D view, you get those points here. And now if you want, you can change the height of it. And here I'm just quickly getting a slope. Now we have a slope. Okay. And I think if you wanted, you could move stuff around. Like that point, you could move it a bit forward. Oops. Okay. What can we do now? I think they should have some posts around that side. Oh, it doesn't. Okay. Oh, maybe I'm gonna cut this. So here the wall is a bit lower because they should have like a just a balustrade. I think it's like 1.3. And let's do that quickly. Oops. I keep pressing the other icon. So this wall and this. So just not linked, and I'm gonna do 1 meter, and this needs to be pushed on here. So that's gonna be our pool, and from the model here, you can see this is like the path on top. It's about what, meter, and then there's the water. So we can just quickly do that. So this one, I'm just gonna push that 1 meter, and I'm gonna absorb this so I get the slab tool, which is exact same properties, and I'm gonna make another one. And this one I'm just gonna change to, let's say, wood, and I'm gonna put it aside. So this one is about 350. So what I'm gonna do is move that, just that slab here, that roof. I'm gonna move it 350 on that side, and I'm actually gonna drop it, but let's see, 300 minus 300, and this needs to go, and then there, and it's gonna go water. So I'm just gonna pull it so it's touched the ground, and now I'm just gonna change that to water. It's gonna be our water. Now we get a pool there. Ooh. You can see here the wall. There's a little gap here. Pull that. Yep. Okay. What else can we add? I think we have that curve thing here in the middle. Go back to gather and level. Press Ctrl L to access the layers. Set aerial, so we get that little curve there. And let's get some photos, see what it looks like. This thing here. So maybe for now we're just gonna make a curve wall, and later on we'll go into detail to create that undulation. And just gonna make that wall there. Yeah. And I'm gonna flip it. Here. And I'm gonna start from here. And wait. Maybe I'm just gonna, oops. I wanna get this, but you can see it's going a bit there. So what I'm gonna do is to move that along and create another wall there. Yeah. This needs to be moved a little bit to 600, and then make another wall there. Okay, so we get that wall here. I think that's gonna be it for today. We've added, so we added the columns, we did the staircase, that little wall there. We created that pool, and we've added the ramp. Let's click on this, create custom plane, finalize. So you can see we did our ramp there, and I've shown you how to use the solid element operations. But But yeah, that's it for today. Thank you guys.